Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Muslim and Muslimat were happy on this Eid al-Adha. We really are in the grace and mercy of Allah Almighty. Allah is very big. Because when we are collected by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in this place with a purpose reach the glory in front of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, ponder for a moment of the existence of the brother we who have not been chosen by Allah to receive His grace. That is those who currently have been in a place gathered, but God is angry to them. Namely, those who are negligent and busy follow their lusts, so they plunged in wall of disobedience and humiliation. However, we are currently at this second is delivered and made easy by Allah for those who blessed by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, that is us gathered to pray Eid al-Adha at this place. Here great favor and mercy from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Here great favor and mercy from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for us Muslims, and may the Muslimat be glorified by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. The feast of sacrifice is the day great feast for the people of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In it has a great meaning, great and great lesson, great for us. The terrible story happened to the two lovers of Allah and His messenger Prophet Ibrahim alaihissalam and Prophet Ismail alaihissalam. Father and the son who love each other for the sake of Allah. Even before the presence of the Prophet Ismail alaihissalam, Prophet Ibrahim alaihissalam is people who are waiting the presence of the son, namely the Prophet Ismail alaihissalam and Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, the one who never take anything from his servant who love except for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, want to replace it with which is better, or one immortalize it later in heaven. That's one you have to believe by the believer. No matter how big trial and calamities inflicted by Allah to those who believe, then simply because Allah loves them, want to forgive them, want elevate them, or want to glory them in heaven later. So no disaster is actually for a believer, and no calamity true for lovers God. The story that happened to Prophet Ibrahim alaihissalam and Prophet Ismail alaihissalam is a valuable lesson for us. A very father proud of his son and loved him so much, ordered by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to slaughter it. Comments that are born against conscience father, but that's comment of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Prophet Ibrahim alaihissalam hurry to do it with full confidence that all belongs to Allah and will back to God, and Allah won't take anything from His servant except Allah will replace it with more, either in the world or meet Him in heaven. And without the slightest doubt, Nabiullah Ibrahim alaihissalam carried out Allah commands. That's a great sacrifice, Prophet Ibrahim alaihissalam, and this story can, let's just call it a story, the endless sacrifice match. A willing father sacrificed his beloved son to carry out Allah commands Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Muslim and Muslimah who may always beget the love from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So great is the history until it was immortalized in the law of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is by recommending for a Muslim who can to slaughter the good kurban sheep, cow or camel. However, we have to understand the sacrifice of goods. Cow, camels is a symbol of the sacrifice that we must follow naturally in our lives. However, there is an implied meaning in behind the slaughter of sheep or the greater camel. That is convey the significance sacrifice. By example, the great story that happened to the Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail alayhi salam. It means the sacrifice that we need not only slaughtering goats, cow, and camel. However, understanding and feel the meaning behind the story Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam is the thing that very important. That is meaning sacrifice in the sense of giving what God gave to us from the things we are proud of and the we love for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. What a small good for a millionaire, and really how simple a cow for a high official will but step towards better understanding of sacrifice meaning is a very we need at this point. Sacrifice the truth is persuading favor. You have the position if you have the position if you want your position is a position that will last forever in heaven Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Then relax the position you love is for God. Give your job for Allah does not mean you have to relinquish your position. But use the position that given by Allah to you for whom Allah is pleased. Amar ma'ruf nahi mungkar, stop crime, facilitate in all goodness is a way sacrifice for officials. We see a lot today hard evils handled by the ulama, difficult handled by the community will, but if this is handled by the official is very easy. Then you are lucky to be an official if you become a willing official sacrifice for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala with your position. Struggling is apart from the sacrifice. So really if there are people who was raised by Allah with position, but precisely with his position he is getting away from God. It turns out that with the position it has opened a lot disobedience and immortality. Thus are despicable official whose position is supposed to be a gift to reach the glory of, but the reason humiliation. Hopefully, the existing official here is a heavenly expert official who are willing to fight and sacrifice his position for Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala free us from trouble and good poverty in the world as well as in the afterlife. Let's fight and sacrifice with anything that God gave us in order to reap the glory in the future heaven of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.